Stella Deus, The Gate of Eternity, is a tactical role-playing game. Yeah, it seems I've been talking about a lot of those recently. This one is from Atlas, and it came out on the PS2 in 2004 in Japan and 2005 in North America, and 2006 in Europe if you care about that. I purchased it on the PS3 via PS2 Classics on the system. Those games don't always run the best, but I didn't notice any problems with the emulation. Stella Deus takes place in Solemn, a world that has been overrun by the miasma, a fog-like substance that swallows everything it covers. The game tells the story of Spiro, a young soldier who wants to find a way to push back the miasma and save his world. Along the way, he meets multiple characters who represent multiple factions who all have their own motivations. I know that's not very informative, but I am trying not to spoil the game's story here. One such character is Overlord Dignus. He is Spiro's boss and the game's main antagonist. He wants to take over the world. I know, big shock. He doesn't have a hard time doing it because the main religion of Solemn believes in pacifism. So a lot of the people just lie down and allow Dignus and his men to do whatever they want, even if it means killing them. This is the strong point of the game's story. It has a lot of interesting philosophies in play. What is the role of religion? Dignus wants to take over the world to save it. He swears that's the real reason. But at what cost? And the game doesn't shy away from adult themes. There is swearing and people getting slaughtered. This game isn't made specifically for kids, and I thoroughly enjoyed that about it. The story isn't perfect. For one thing, it's a little cliche. The plot points have been done before, there's nothing surprising here, and then there's the voice acting. It starts off okay, but with a few atrocious moments, but then it just slowly gets worse, almost as if the actors got bored with their performances partway through. The feeling got contagious. The lack of emotion from the characters in the game's most emotional moments really undercut the interesting themes that were in play. By the end, I just speed read the captions and skipped the dialogue before it was finished. The story is good, even if its presentation isn't, but the game's presentation in other places is well done. I really enjoy the character sprites. They don't just look cool, they are also animated really well. The movements look fluid, not choppy like many older JRPGs, and they don't take very long, unlike, say, Final Fantasy summon animations. The portrait that appears while the character is talking goes through changes to show the character's emotions. These did a better job of communicating emotion than the voice actors did. It was one of those little touches that adds so much to a game. These touches combine to make the game look pretty good, despite the game being well over a decade old. Visually, it holds up a lot better than some PS3/Xbox 360 games. So, the story is okay, and the presentation is great, but how does the game play? Well, like most tactical RPGs do. Movement is grid-based, each character is a specific class which allows them to perform certain abilities. All of the game's tutorials are placed in the menus, so you aren't being forced to be told how to do things you already know how to do. That is refreshing. Leveling up is based on the typical each level is 100 XP away from the previous one. You gain XP after each turn, not at the end of battle. More XP is granted when using abilities against higher level targets, less XP for lower level ones. Fairly routine stuff. You also gain SP, which is what you will use to unlock abilities. You can unlock more abilities than you can equip, which is where another aspect of strategy comes in knowing what abilities to equip before what battle. But it isn't all typical fare. Instead of your characters having an action and a move, they get 100 action points. Every action costs so many points. Moving, attacking, using items or spells all have an allotted number of action points depending on the individual character's stats. So you can attack multiple times if you want, or move farther on the field, or not use all the action points. When that happens, your character's turn comes up again more quickly. The more AP you use in a turn, the longer it takes for that character's next turn. Use fewer action points, it's their turn again sooner. This adds another element of strategy that I can't recall being in any other game. There are other interesting gameplay elements as well. Your archers have more range when firing from elevated positions. The ability to cancel a previously made movement command can be a lifesaver. Not every game is that kind. Moving through difficult terrain will make you move fewer tiles. Also, there is no permadeath, or really any penalty for a player being killed, or I guess in this instance KO'd, in battle. which is kind of disappointing, seeing as you can recruit multiple characters and have way more playable characters than you can use in a single fight. Permadeath or some kind of penalty would force you to use a better rotation. Having all those characters can be hard to manage, considering they don't gain any XP or SP when they aren't used in battle. Luckily, the game offers plenty of side quests that will grant you gear and money and even battles to level up your fighters. Also, there are the Catacombs, which is a place where you can go to fight battles, which has 100 levels with enemies the same level as the Catacombs level. Some people claim the game is grindy, but I enjoyed making my way through the Catacombs one level at a time, and I found if I did that, I was always overpowered when it came to story missions, which in itself isn't good, I guess. That's one way the game is easy. Another way it's easy is that the enemy AI is misnomered. The word intelligence cannot be applied to it. They do dumb things, such as heal themselves when they are already at full health, or sit back when they have the numerical advantage, instead of swarming you with their superior numbers. This brings an interesting contrast to the beginning of the game, where everything is much more difficult. The first boss I encountered had over 800 HP, while my party members had about 150. It took a lot of strategy to win that fight. The game could use some rebalancing and better AI, or some way to prevent easily being overpowered. I didn't mind going through the catacombs, so it didn't feel like a grind, but it did make the rest of the game too easy. All things considered, I did enjoy this game. I would label it a hidden gem. It got decent reviews. It does have a 75 on Metacritic. Even though it has many flaws, the enjoyability it has outweighs those flaws, and those flaws can be maneuvered around, like how I just read the dialogue instead of waiting for the lines to be delivered. Any game where you can enjoy playing non-main questline parts so much that you get overpowered has its merits. While this isn't a game that everyone needs to run out and play right away, I would say anyone who likes RPGs or tactical games should definitely give this a shot. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and tell your friends about it. If you want more content like this, hit that subscribe button. And as always, have a great rest of your day.